Greetings everybody, and welcome back to Ingenarius Cuborum, my Let's Play of Minecraft featuring the Feed the Beast Ultimate Pack. Last episode, we built a system for getting lava from a ravine deep underground up to the surface. This episode, I've built a system that will make use of that lava. In fact, two separate systems. But in order to use either of them, I have to start with a device called the Aqueous Accumulator. And for that, I need machine frames, I need pneumatic servos, glass, a bucket, and some tin. And keep in mind that I need 2 of those, so let me just go ahead and grab 4 tin out of here. Let me think. But I think before I do that, there's one other thing I want to craft, and that is, we'll start off with some golden transport pipes. Actually put that down there for the moment. I went ahead and smelted some cactus into cactus green off camera. If I put the cactus green on the table, it gets me pipe waterproofing. Pipe waterproofing plus transport pipe equals waterproof pipe. I will need that. Now I can go ahead and craft my pneumatic servos. I only need the 2 for the moment. And then I also need to craft... And I need to grab 2 more gold out of here. There we go. There's the machine frames. Craft myself a pair of buckets. Put the bucket on top, the machine frame in the middle, the servo on the bottom, glass on the sides of the machine frame, and tin on the sides of the servo. And I get aqueous accumulators. 2 of them. Now, before I go any further with the crafting, I'm going to at least get the aqueous accumulators laid down. Of course, it is a bit of a walk over here to where the lava tank is, but hey, I can work with that. Alright? So now I put this aqueous accumulator here. If I right-click on it, you'll notice that it is very, very slowly generating water from the environment. I'm not going to panic so much about that. I have ways of making it a lot faster. In the meanwhile, I'll place another one over here, and this one will get the golden waterproof pipe on top. Now, on each of these aqueous accumulators, you actually have 4 of these icons here. The one on the top left is information. Alright. There's the tutorial, which I won't be using much. There is the redstone control, enabled low. I'm not too worried about that. And the configuration. Now, every thermal expansion machine has a configuration panel like this. This is actually probably the simplest configuration panel available in any thermal expansion machine, simply because it only has an output. Now, this here, that looks like the front of the machine, is actually representing the front of the machine. Above it represents the top. To the left represents the left side. To the right side. The bottom. And then this one in the bottom right corner represents the back. So now I'm going to go ahead on this one and disable everything except the top. And I'm going to go ahead and follow suit over here. Disable everything except the top. Now I'm going to go ahead and put some water down. And lucky for me, there is a water pool here, so I don't have to run all the way to the shore. I don't know offhand if that's an inland lake or a proper ocean, but either way, I don't have to go there. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put water next to all of both of the aqueous accumulators. Alright, and now as you can see, it's giving me water a lot faster. In fact, this one's now full. And odds are so is this one over here. And I'm right, it is. Alright, so I've got 2 full aqueous accumulators. The next pair of machines that I'm going to craft, and I'm going to craft 2 of these, but these will both go on the same side. And then I think I barely have enough iron to pull this off. Or maybe I don't have enough iron to pull it off. Well, if I don't, I have more iron I can smelt up. But anyway, let me see here. Let me think. I believe I need 8 cobblestone. Where's the other cobblestone? Okay, it's over in this chest here. Alright. So I want 8 cobblestone. Redstone at the bottom. Iron in the middle. Go ahead and craft up some spruce wood planks. And I get 2 of the pistons. No, I want the spruce wood. I didn't necessarily want that yet, but oh well. Alright. So let's go ahead and craft up some wooden gears. Now I need to grab some cobblestone. Now you saw me make wooden gears last episode to craft some redstone engines, but this episode I need them to be iron gears for combustion engines. Wait a minute. There we go. I do need to get my inventory organized, but that will come in a little bit. I've got some preliminary setup to do before I even have enough resources to start the process. I think I might just have enough iron just to craft my combustion engines. And in fact, I do. Okay. Well, fair enough. There is, however, one problem. You see, in order to be able to fully use those engines, I need some more machines. And as you can guess, they require more iron. So, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to finally, I mentioned last episode I crafted the slag furnace off camera. Now I'm going to show you what it actually does. Let me load it up with some coal. Now, the normal rule in a normal furnace would be 1 coal smelts 8 ore. In a slag furnace, it's cut in half. 1 coal, 4 ore. As you can see, that first ore only gave me 1 iron ingot. And that one gave me 2 more iron ingots and a piece of stone. Alright. In the meantime, I also need to get some iron out of there. Wait a minute. No, I want it here in the project table. Nice. That's no, we'll cover the project table. And the alloy furnace, for that matter. But anyway. Let me see here. Okay, excellent. 6 iron ingots, which will get me started. There's the machine frame. Alright, the redstone reception coil is 1 piece of gold. And actually, let me go ahead and grab the bricks as well. Anyway, gold, 2 redstone gives me the redstone reception coil. Of course, I also get the bricks. Let's see. Okay. I need 2 copper ingots. And I do apologize for the snow. Just had to be the worst possible timing. But oh well. The snow will be less of a concern once we get into the desert. Alright, and that gets us our powered furnace. The other machine I need is called the pulverizer. And this one isn't appreciably more... It's actually, if anything, even simpler than the powered furnace. I do need a piston, so let me go ahead and craft a piston real quick. Alright. Then the next thing I need is another machine, not a machine block, but a machine frame. Then I believe this one requires a reception coil, so more redstone and gold in the center. Let me think. Yeah, 2 flint and 2 copper. So grab my copper, and I think I have flint. Yes. So go ahead and put the flint, the copper on the bottom, redstone reception coil, machine frame, piston on top gives me the pulverizer. And now I can almost make proper use of all of this. In fact, I am still missing one, actually two little things here. And I just still have to have exactly enough sticks on hand to make them. Levers. That's right, I'm going to be using levers to control the combustion engines. It's a simple matter of I don't really want them running when there's nothing for them to be doing. Also, do I have a chest in my inventory? Because I should probably set one up. Let me think. Do I have a chest? Maybe I should consider making a bed. I don't seem to have a chest offhand. Do I have wool? What do I have for wool? Oh, excellent. I'm pretty good on the wool front, so let's go ahead and just craft myself a bed and a chest. And there we go. Before I go any further, because I'm sure you're probably getting annoyed with this by now, I'm just going to go ahead and catch some Z's here. Gets me through the night, and it should hopefully get me out of the snow. I hope. And in fact, it looks like it did, which is excellent for me. Because it means I'm going to have full sunshine for another Minecraft day of glorious labor. And crazy structure design. Alright? Now, I want to first go ahead and put the pulverizer here. I want to put the powered furnace here. Before I connect anything to either of these, I'm going to go ahead and set the pulverizer so that outputs everything, and that's this orange here. In case you're wondering, the pulverizer has 3 slots. The first slot is blue, that's the input. The red here is the main output. The yellow here is the auxiliary output. Most ores, when run through the pulverizer, do have a chance of producing a secondary output. Obviously, it varies from ore to ore. And then we get orange, which is basically red plus yellow, which means anything that goes into either of these slots gets outputted on the right-hand side. The powered furnace only has 2 stages, the blue input and the orange output. And again, I only want the orange output, but this time I want it to the left. You'll notice that they're both pointing towards this block here. Now, if I put a chest here, those 2 will output once they actually make stuff into that chest. Alright? So now I'm going to go ahead and put the 2 combustion engines there. Ooh, there may be a flaw in my design. I mean, as you can see, the water is filling up, but the lava is not. So, let me think. Excuse me. I did have to look that up, unfortunately. I'm kind of hoping that I can make this work as it is. Okay. Well. Intriguing. I'm still not getting any, output. That's actually a bit disconcerting, because it indicates a possibility that this may not work. I don't dare right-click on the valve because that will destroy the tank. and likely all the lava within it. Maybe I can fill it manually. Well, if I can't fill it manually... That works too. That works too. Alright. Okay, I did not plan that. I seriously did not plan that. Alright. But hey, makes things just a little bit easier for me. Alright. Yeah, alright. So at this point, yeah, okay. Yeah. Again, completely unexpected side effect of this particular choice of design. Alright. And there we go. Well, the Zycraft tank won't output directly. But, somehow I get the feeling that won't be an issue. What will be an issue is that if I put the levers there and there, which will be my natural instinct, turning them on will power the combustion engines, but the redstone configuration on the pulverizer enabled low means that turning that on will, the easiest way to fix that is in this redstone control. If I click on this, you can see control status disabled, signal required, ignored. That is in fact what I want in this case. It's not atypical of me to leave it on enabled low, but since I'm going to have redstone signals operating nearby, disabled is safer. Alright. Now, I can start up, and let me grab some iron ore from my temporary base of operations. Over here. I am not making a massive amount of progress in any given episode, am I? Oh well. I'm not going to fret too much about it. I'm going to go ahead and grab a stack out of here. Just so that I have a full stack to work with. Make my way over to my lava system. I'm actually going to go ahead and if this does start running again, I want that connected back up. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put my stack of iron ore in the pulverizer. Pulling this lever will start up the combustion engine. As you can see, we are slowly starting to build up power in the pulverizer. I don't remember how much exactly it needs to actually start running. I want to say it's around 400 Minecraft joules. Yeah, it's right about 400 Minecraft joules for the pulverizer. It will eventually stabilize on some value. Now, as soon as it started processing, it pulled the top item from the stack into its inventory. That way, even if I pull this out, it doesn't stop. It finishes processing. Alright. And the output, as you can see, went into this chest. It is pulverized iron. Now, once I have enough pulverized iron to justify starting to run this powered furnace, I will start the powered furnace up, but In the meantime, there is a second side to this lava tank. No word on whether or not it actually works, but, well, it's worth a shot, at least, if nothing else. And that second side is for a device called the Igneous Extruder, which thankfully is within my capabilities. Let me grab the iron out of there. I need another piston to make the Igneous Extruder, as well as 2 glass and pneumatic servo. So let me go ahead and make the pneumatic servo. And then I also need 1 more gold to craft the machine frame. So let's go ahead and get the machine frame crafted. Now, pneumatic servo, piston on the top, machine frame in the middle. I believe it is glass on the sides, and it is tin on the bottom. So let's go to tin, and there's our Igneous Extruder. Alright. Now, the other thing that occurs to me that I'm going to need is this. I'm going to want to grab some spruce wood here, turn it into spruce wood slabs. Spruce wood slab on the top, and a U of logs gives me the barrel. And I'm only going to plant 1 for now. So where did I put the rest of my pneumatic tubes? Alright. Make my way back over to my lava tank. I know it is nightfall, but without the weather, it's slightly less of a concern at this point. Alright. Now, I'm going to go ahead and set that to stone. Alright. Input in the back. Input in the bottom will give me water, thankfully. I think I want to output out the side, right? Ah, yes, I had a relay I intended for this purpose, didn't I? Okay, at any rate, I'll go ahead and put the barrel there. Excellent. Alright, and actually, I'm beginning to think it might not be a bad idea just to unset that I.O. and take this relay and use it for the purpose, because, yeah, it looks like, again, the lava is not being automatically extracted. Alright. At any rate, let me get the lava out of there and into that system. Alright. And now we've got about 4 buckets of lava in there, which is great. And now, as you can see, we have smooth stone going into here. This is not quite the system I had hoped for, but, I mean, I had hoped that the tank would automatically eject its liquids into these machines here that are directly adjacent to it, but that might have been a little much to hope for. In the meantime, you do see 28 pulverized iron. You also see this pulverized ferrous metal. The pulverized ferrous metal is the secondary output for iron ore. Alright? And we've processed 15 ores already, and we only got 1. So it's not a rare, so it's not a common drop. Maybe a 10% chance, if that. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and put the pulverized iron in the powered furnace and start its engine up. Alright? Do a quick check on the stone over here. Excellent. Now, I have a bit of a crazy idea for my eventual base of operations. It is going to require some setup work, which I'm inclined to do off camera. And I'll probably have at least a base set up ready for next episode. So until then, see you next time, everybody.